Hello, coin collectors. What if I told you that the next coin you pull from your pocket could be worth thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Welcome to the channel where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today, we're diving into mysterious and shockingly valuable world of the 1965 Liberty Washington quarter, a coin that could be hiding a life-changing secret right under your nose. Let's get started. There's a hidden treasure quietly sitting in the pockets, drawers, and old coin jars of many Americans, and it comes in the form of a simple, overlooked piece of currency, the 1965 Liberty Washington quarter. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, no different from the thousands you probably handled in daily life. But what if I told you that this seemingly common coin could be worth a staggering fortune? That's right. Some rare versions of the 1965 quarter have sold for tens of thousands, and in exceptional cases, collectors have been willing to offer six-figure sums for pristine or error-struck versions. What makes these quarters so special, and how can you tell if you've got one of the rare ones? Let's dive into this fascinating world where old money could make you rich overnight. In 1965, a monumental change occurred in American coinage that went mostly unnoticed by the general public, but not by collectors due to a nationwide coin shortage and rising silver prices. The U.S. Mint stopped producing quarters with 90% silver content. Instead, they introduced a clad composition of copper and nickel. This transition period, however, wasn't without its hiccups. Some quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets, coin blanks, from 1964, creating an ultra-rare hybrid coin, a 1965 quarter made of silver. These silver 1965 quarters are among the most sought after in numismatic circles today, and their rarity makes them almost mythical. If authenticated, they can fetch prices ranging from $5,000 to well over $30,000, depending on condition. But silver isn't the only factor driving the sky-high value of some 1965 quarters. Errors, misstrikes, and unique minting anomalies also skyrocket a coin's worth into the stratosphere. Imagine finding a 1965 quarter with an off-center strike, a double die where the image is imprinted twice, or one missing key design elements. These are exactly the types of quirks that serious collectors obsess over. Coins with dramatic visual flaws that still retain good condition are the jackpot finds, often commanding premium prices at auctions. A rare double-die 1965 quarter, for instance, could be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $15,000 or more, depending on the sharpness of the doubling and the coin's overall grade. Condition plays an enormous role in determining a coin's value. Coin grading agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can assign a formal grade to a coin, measuring its state from poor all the way up to mint state or even proof. A 1965 quarter in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can already command hundreds of dollars just based on its preservation alone. Combine that with a rare error or a silver composition, and the value could explode into the five-figure range. Coins that have never been circulated and still gleam with their original luster are especially prized. Some 1965 quarters discovered in old coin rolls, mint sets, or private collections have stunned collectors by reaching unbelievable prices. You might be wondering, how could such a rare and valuable coin go unnoticed? That's the beauty and mystery of it. Most 1965 quarters look and feel just like any other quarter from your change, but beneath the surface, a rare gem may be hiding. Some people have unknowingly spent small fortunes without realizing it. Others, more fortunate or simply more observant, have uncovered these treasures during casual coin searches or garage cleanouts. Every coin has a story, and with 1965 quarters, that story might include a twist of fate that turns a 25-cent piece into a windfall worth tens of thousands of dollars. The market for rare U.S. coins has exploded in recent years, driven by passionate collectors, investors, and historians. As paper currency becomes more digital, tangible historical artifacts like these quarters have become even more desirable. There's a growing nostalgia for classic American coinage, especially those tied to significant moments in monetary history. The 1965 quarter, marking the end of the silver era, is one such symbol, and it's fast becoming one of the hottest tickets in the collectible coin world. Some of these coins have been featured in high-profile auctions, with bidders competing fiercely to claim ownership of a piece of American numismatic legend. There's also a deeper thrill in the hunt. People from all walks of life are getting into coin collecting, not just for the monetary potential, but for the romance of discovery. Scanning through old jars, estate sales, or inherited collections becomes a modern-day treasure hunt. Even casual hobbyists can strike it lucky if they know what to look for. The notion that a forgotten quarter tucked into a dusty drawer could be worth more than a luxury car is a powerful motivator. And it's not just about luck. It's about knowledge, attention to detail, and curiosity. Those who understand the markers of value, weight, sound, design anomalies, and luster, are more likely to spot that million-dollar coin hiding in plain sight. And so, the next time you handle a quarter from 1965, pause before you toss it into a vending machine or drop it into your change jar. That humble coin could be a relic from a transitional period in American history, a tangible link to a time of economic shift and minting experimentation. It might also be your golden ticket to sudden wealth. Rare U.S. quarters from 1965 don't just hold value because of their metal. They carry with them the weight of history, error, rarity, and immense collector demand. In a world obsessed with digital currency, these physical coins remind us that sometimes the real treasure is what we've been carrying all along. Tucked away in pockets, piggy banks, and dusty drawers across America could be one of the rarest treasures in U.S. currency history, a 1965 Liberty Washington quarter worth far more than its face value. While it may look like an ordinary 25-cent piece, certain rare versions of this coin are astonishingly valuable, with some fetching tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. What makes these coins so special isn't just their age, but the hidden minting errors and rare compositions that occurred during a critical shift in U.S. coinage history. Hidden in plain sight, the 1965 Liberty Washington quarter might just be the rare treasure sitting quietly in your change jar. At first glance, it seems like any ordinary coin, but a select few of these quarters hold secrets that could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Born in a year of major change for U.S. currency, the 1965 quarter marks the end of the silver era and the beginning of a mysterious trail of minting errors, rare metal blends, and collector obsession. Could one of these forgotten coins be your ticket to an unexpected fortune? Imagine holding a coin worth thousands of dollars and not even knowing it. That's the case with some rare 1965 Liberty Washington quarters, which may look completely ordinary but can carry hidden value beyond belief. Struck during a pivotal shift in U.S. coinage, these quarters are surrounded by mystery, minting mistakes, and unexpected riches. Next, another quarter dollar worth $1 million in today's market. In the vast and often overlooked world of coin collecting, there lies an unexpected treasure, the 1967 Liberty quarter. At first glance, it may appear to be just another quarter that passed through countless hands, tucked into soda machines or dropped into parking meters. But beneath its worn surface lies a potential gold mine. While standard circulation quarters from 1967 weren't struck with silver and were minted by the millions, a select few have become the stuff of legend. These rare and valuable specimens are not only highly sought after by numismatists, but some are worth tens of thousands or even millions due to critical minting errors, rare variations, and unique historical quirks. What makes the 1967 quarter so fascinating is that it was produced during a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. The U.S. Mint had just stopped using silver in regular coin production after 1964, replacing it with a copper-nickel composition. However, during this chaotic transition, a few silver planchets, coin blanks, were accidentally used in the minting of some 1967 quarters. These silver-struck errors are among the most valuable, as they are essentially one of a kind. Imagine holding in your hand a quarter that looks ordinary but rings like silver and carries the weight and composition of a coin no longer in use. This anomaly alone could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Another category of high-value 1967 quarters involves mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a double die error, where the coin's design appears slightly doubled, can result in massive collector demand. Coins that are misstruck, say 5%, 15%, or even 50% off-center, create wildly unusual shapes that are instantly recognizable and incredibly rare. And if a 1967 quarter was struck on a dime planchet, or even a foreign coin blank, that tiny mistake made by the mint could translate into massive money for you today. But rarity alone isn't what drives these coins' skyrocketing values. Condition plays a major role. A flawless, uncirculated 1967 quarter that features a rare mint error or anomaly can fetch jaw-dropping sums at auctions, known as MS67 or higher in coin grading terms. Such coins are graded based on their mint state, how pristine and untouched they are by circulation. The fewer nicks, scratches, or dull patches, the higher the grade, and naturally, the higher the price. If you're lucky enough to discover such a coin in your old change jar or coin roll, you might be unknowingly holding a jackpot in your hand. Even more thrilling are the elusive proof-like strikes or SMS special mint set, coins from 1967, which were not made for general circulation but produced in limited numbers for collectors. These coins were specially handled and often display sharper details and mirror-like finishes. Occasionally, a rare 1967 SMS quarter shows up with deep cameo contrast, frosty designs against a mirrored background. These are visual masterpieces in the numismatic world, and collectors are willing to pay thousands for high-grade examples, especially those certified by trusted graders like PCGS or NGC. And then there are the legends, the whispers of 1967 quarters that defy all known patterns. Stories circulate among coin collectors of prototype coins, experimental strikes, or privately hoarded errors that never officially made it into circulation. These mythic coins often surface decades later at estate sales or tucked away in a forgotten cigar box, shocking both appraisers and collectors. Some are so rare they've only appeared once at auction, igniting bidding wars that push their prices into the millions. For the owners of these coins, it's not just luck. It's life-changing. Don't underestimate what's hiding in your pocket, your attic, or that old drawer in your grandparents' house. The right 1967 quarter could be hiding in plain sight, camouflaged among ordinary change, waiting for a sharp eye to discover its true identity. These coins aren't just currency. They're historical artifacts, miniature relics of a bygone era, stamped with secrets and mistakes that have become golden opportunities. One overlooked coin could very well be your ticket to financial freedom.so. Before you drop that quarter into a vending machine or toss it into your coin jar without a second thought, take a closer look. That tiny disc of metal may be worth more than your car, your house, or even your yearly salary. In the unpredictable world of rare U.S. coins, especially the 1967 Liberty Quarter, the most ordinary things can carry unimaginable value. Your fortune may not lie in stocks, gold, or real estate, but in the change jingling in your pocket. While most 1967 quarters are common and worth only face value, a small number stand out due to rare mint errors, off-metal strikes, or being accidentally struck on silver planchets. These exceptional pieces can command prices from thousands to even over $25,000, depending on their condition and rarity. Collectors and treasure hunters alike scour coin rolls, estate sales, and old jars in hopes of discovering one of these valuable anomalies. With a sharp eye and a bit of luck, an ordinary-looking 1967 quarter could transform into a life-changing jackpot. Although millions of 1967 quarters were produced for everyday use, a handful of them are hiding secrets that could be worth a fortune. This was a year when the U.S. Mint didn't place mint marks on coins, making it trickier to trace their origins, but also making certain error coins even more mysterious and desirable. Imagine stumbling across a quarter that was mistakenly struck on a 90% silver planchet during a time when silver was no longer supposed to be used. These rare off-metal errors are among the most coveted by collectors, with values that can soar into the tens of thousands. Some have sold for over $25,000 simply because of the accidental use of the wrong metal or because of a dramatic strike error that occurred during the minting process. In the world of coin collecting, these aren't just mistakes, they're treasures. Even beyond silver errors, the 1967 quarter hides a world of rare possibilities. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and coins struck on foreign planchets have all surfaced from this year, each one turning an ordinary coin into a high-value collectible. Some of the most valuable 1967 quarters discovered have earned incredibly high grades from professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC, thanks to being preserved in mint condition for decades. These coins shine with sharp details and nearly flawless surfaces, earning designations like MS-67 or SMS Cameo. The special mint set SMS, coins from 1967, which were not intended for circulation, can also fetch premium prices, especially when they exhibit strong cameo contrast and mirror-like finishes. Whether the dramatic minting error or a perfectly preserved collector's piece, the right 1967 quarter could be worth far more than anyone ever imagined. Many people overlook the coins sitting in their change jars, unaware that a simple 1967 quarter could be worth far more than 25 cents. These hidden gems, especially those with rare mint errors or struck on silver planchets, can transform from everyday currency into auction-worthy treasures. With growing interest in rare U.S. coins, collectors are constantly on the hunt for these valuable oddities. The next time you come across a 1967 quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune disguised as pocket change.